Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. And today we are here with The Good Company, which seems to be a really nice game to have. But we have to talk about some things here that might impact on your decision to buy it or not at this moment, as this game is still in development and is just available as an early access. So what is Good Company? According to their developer, so Good Company is a tycoon management simulation about building, automating, and optimizing a robot manufacturing empire, where you are the CEO. And I think that's the first problem right there in this game. Because if it's saying that you have to automate and optimize a robot manufacturing empire, well, as you can see, I just have humans working here. You do have this little guy here, the Scrappy, which basically we can't do anything with that. So why would this be a robot manufacturing empire if every single one here is actually an employee? And we just manufacture parts for products. So not really sure why or what. Like this little robot here, the only thing that he does, he gives you advice about what components you are missing and things that you might want to take a look in your production line. Like for example, these guys here have the inventory full so they can put boxes away, and these are issues that you have to take a look at so your production line doesn't stop. But again, I can't see anything robot related, and this seems to be the first mistake of this game. Now I'll go straight into, is it worth buying it yet? And the direct answer is no. But I'll dive a little bit more into detail and explain why, in my opinion, this game is not worth buying yet. And I say yet because this seems to be a very fun game, and I really like the style of the game and the complexity and the size and all the possibilities here. And I really want to be able to play a lot more than I can right now. So I think we have a few issues at the moment. As you can see, they are complaining about the inventory being full, and you have a lot of people complaining about not having enough space. So when you look at the shelf, you see that you actually have some empty space in the shelf, but you have no idea what's the size limit, what can fit, what can't fit, and why this is full or isn't full. Because as you can see, this one is supposed to not be full, and it still has like some empty space, has some things in there. This is a bigger shelf, so you have like three lines of materials, and this one you have two lines because you have just two shelves there. So you have an option for just one, which you have just one line. But again, you have like free space. I know that these spaces are for reserved materials, but what about those? Like there's no explanation at all about what's going on in there. And something that also doesn't help is the pallets, so the courier pallets. So this is used to sell and buy materials, and to be honest, this is a mess because you get to a point where you have, like, for example, I'm trying to sell the excess of LED matrix that I make, and I have this bar here, and to be honest, it doesn't make any difference if I put down to 0, 50% or 100. I would expect that I would sell everything that I make, or just half of what I make, or nothing at all, and this doesn't make any difference as well. When you try to do it manually as well, as you can see, the output here says that it's 50%. So why here we say it's 100 and here it's 50? And well, you you see what I mean, right? So maybe this is just for shipments. Yeah, but then if I put that down, it still sells everything that I have in the pallet. So I don't really know what that's about. So it's a little bit confusing. And I think there is still some work they have to do, especially in the management area, which is not working properly, and you just get people just stop there when you do have other places where they could go, or if you take a look, you still have like plenty of space here for them to use. And I have no idea why they are not doing that. Something else that is a really big issue here, because I can't progress in this game anymore. So if you haven't seen, I was doing a series on this game, and I was on episode number 3, and I had to stop it because I couldn't progress any further. So I started another game in the background and tried to get to a similar point where I was before, because I said, well, I can't progress any further with this save game, so let me do another one. And I had the exact same issue. I sent the issue to the developers. They were very receptive. They said they would look into it. It's been, I think, a week, a little bit over a week now. When I'm recording this, you're probably gonna see this after 2 weeks. I sent all this to them, and so far I haven't got it a fix for the issue yet, or any reason why this is happening. But what's actually happening is this: you have some options here, and one of the options are the zones. So what does, you actually define some zones for a company where, for example, this one here is for me to manage just production for calculators and players, so cassette players. And this one is my pocket computers. So you should be able to select both. You should be able to see them in here, and I can see that already, so that's one issue. But I guess, yeah, if I click here, I can see. This is one of the issues. You see that not all logistics slots are fully connected. There is no way that I can figure out what that means or how do I connect that. I can change that to manual and try to do that, but again, it doesn't work. And I don't really know what to do there. But that's not the issue. What happens is when I try to hire someone now, as you can see, there's someone new coming, but this person isn't added to the employee list. I can see that. And what happens if I close this and open that again? Now I can see the list of zones that I have, but I can't hire anyone else. I can't manage that anymore. And the game is broken now because I can't, for example, sometimes I can't open the shelves just because I said I can now. So it doesn't show me what I have in the shelves anymore or in the pallets. And this happens a lot. I really don't know. Now I can't see the zones anymore. And there you go. I'm clicking on the shelves and I can't see the content. So the game is completely broken. I can't get past this point. And this is just the beginning of the game. And I was like having a lot of fun. And I can't progress any further. So if you can play the game, I don't think it's worth buying the game as it is right now. And I'll definitely recommend you to wait a little bit more, and at least when they are closer to release and all these issues are fixed. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that you can build, and I think there are a lot of options here as well. And this is really, it has potential, but I couldn't explore everything. These are just the things that I have unlocked. And although I haven't unlocked the conveyor belt, and it's showing for me, I don't know why. Maybe they have to fix that as well. The assembly lines, I know that is a lot more options, the research, And there is also an option for decoration, which you just put like on the floor, and you get some decoration. But again, I think they should do something with that because it doesn't make any difference for the game. And what's the point for using like some good space that you could put things to improve your logistics, your production line, and just put a plant in there, and you have no benefits. Like, doesn't make the people be happier, work faster, or improve satisfaction or product quality or whatever. It doesn't do anything. So it just feels like it's a good addition, it's a nice touch, but it doesn't really work for us. You have the zones here where you can do it manually. I can't show you anything else that you can do with that, but the idea here is that you create your pipeline. So you, for example, connect the deliveries from the pallet into some shelves, and then your workers will get components to create their material, their electronic parts, for the assembly part to pick up those parts and build the final product. So it's very management focused, and it's quite fun. I was enjoying it, and again, it has potential. It's just not working at the moment. But yeah, that's basically what you have to do and how you do it. This button should open, there you go, the list of employees, and you can see where they are working, whatever that is. So you have to click to actually see. This is something that could be improved as well. It's good to see that this is researching, this is probably working the production line, if I understand this cog icon here, and this on the deliveries or on the logistics area. But you have to click on it to see exactly where they are working, and this could be improved as well. You have this button to hire employees, but when you hire them, you have to click here and move them somewhere. And for example, I can't link them to the delivery area here, and I don't even understand why I should be able to connect them to a table that's already being used. But anyway, that's how the game works at the moment, and that's what we have here. So we do have a few more things, and this blueprint designer is one of the things that I think is the highlight of the game. So you come here and let's create a new one. As you go and you do more research, so you have your research bar and your milestones here, you can see what you unlock. So if I reach the next milestone, I'll get the conveyor belt, the welding table, the planter cold concrete, I think it's just decoration, and additional market demand, so you can improve your products. And as you go, you unlock more products as well. I don't know how many products they have. This is how far I can. And for example, you can do a game device, you select the case, and depending on the case you do, you have some features for each case, and some things are positive, some things are negative, and you require different materials, and the space is the space you have inside of it to add components. So if I select a simple case, I can do a lot of things here, but you have to look at the market expectations. So these are items that you need to do, and the drawbacks from what you add. So for example, here I need display, sound, and battery, and I can go here on the items that I've researched before, and I can add an LED matrix. As you can see, you have like a Tetris-like shape here, and you have to fit on the light blue area. So this is the space that you have available in the case that you selected. So you just do this. Each component has a specific point, as you can see here. in the display fidelity in features 1.6, and we need 1.5 for the market expectation. And then we have sound, we can do something similar, and finally the battery, which I can do like whatever. You can turn that around as well. This is a lot more than we need, and this is the market appeal. It goes from 0 to 5. The more stars, higher the price. So if I take this down, price is lower, and you have the minimum feature value, you have maximum price, you have market appeal, the mandatory features that you need to do, you need to have to make these products ready for market. And when you do that, you get this product in here. So you have the market overview for that product. As you can see, I have 3 products here, and I have, in this case, 2 versions of the products. So this is the most recent, and you have a lot of information about that product, what's expected, what's the drawback, which phase of the products. So the phase means that after you sell 175 units, in this case, you can advance to the next stage, next phase, and then the market expects more and you have to develop a new calculator. So this is a nice addition. The market rating goes down with time, market appeal, and you can give a discount, so you get more points for the discount over there. And you have the market share, you have the units sold, you have a lot of information here that can help you see what's going on with your sales and potential sales as well, based on the features that you have. So this is really nice, and you have more products here that you can unlock, and I really want to see what that looks like. And you have a few more options. You have the courier routes. So this factory, this is huge. I just have these 2 areas here that I bought, and I can unlock a lot more, and I really want to see with all these available for me to work with. And you have your research as well. So this is my research table. I can open the tech tree here so you can see. The way it works is you get research points. So to get research points, you have to analyze the components that you make, and each component gives you a different number of research points, sorry. And these research points, you turn that, are these points over here, and you turn that into a research. So for example, you start with a single cell battery, and then you research an enhanced battery cell, and then you keep unlocking things. You have a pretty decent research tree here to unlock, even like high resolution cameras, stereo camera, enhanced pod chassis. There's a lot of nice little things that you can learn and unlock here. To research something, you select this, start research, and if you have an employee assigned to that, it will use those points that you have, which are these ones, and we'll use that to research that new technology, and then you'll be able to use that in your next products as well. So you also have your financial overview here. You can see how much money you're spending and you're getting from your sales, how your company is going from month to month, your total net worth as well. And although the only thing I found a little bit useful was see if I was making money or not here. All the other numbers didn't really matter to me on what I was doing, but in any case, I think it's nice to have, and we might use that in the future in the game. I don't know, I didn't get there. And you also have the company statistics. This is one area which I think could be improved a lot. So you have 2 main areas here, production and consumption. I think you could go away with just one big table where you have the numbers for your production and consumption side by side, so you could see this in a much easier way. I just noticed that this is to increase the size, the height of the screen, which is nice. I didn't know that. But yeah, it's just hard to understand if this is how it's working really, and it seems like some things doesn't adds up. So if I look, I don't know, maybe plastic, this it's saying that I'm consuming 122, and this is saying that I'm producing 150. Does that mean that I can sell the excess for because I'm not really using it? Where can I see? And as you can see, like, looks like we are missing plastic materials here. So what is that? So I think there are some things that are not really connected to reality, and it doesn't make much sense if we look at that way. So yeah, I think like a lot of things can be improved, and I think this has a lot of potential, and I would really want to see where this goes. But at the moment, I'm stopping any Let's Play series on this game. I'm not playing it anymore until we get a few more updates and get closer to releasable stage. And unfortunately, it's not ready yet for the market and for everyone to play it. But yeah, I think I will play this again in the future, and I would make another review if this all changes, and if I can get past these bugs and these issues that we have with the gameplay that just makes me can't progress in the game, even if I'm doing the right things. So I hope you enjoyed this review on Good Company. Let me know in the comments if you have this game, if you have any experience or anything similar, or if it's actually working for you. And let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.